Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Tabletop Star Wars RPG stuff. The thing is finally happening. We're finally going to introduce all of the players to you guys and their characters. The reason this hasn't happened yet, it's been a long time coming, is simply because we would play, and our plan was to record after we were done playing, so it's all, fresh in our heads. But what would end up happening is we would go a little late because the players would either not get through the content that I was planning them to get through, or they would just really explore one area and get into that. So we would run late, and because of that, we were never able to record. But finally, we managed to do so. With that being said, I do need to apologize for some of the audio quality. I'd recorded just straight desktop sound out of Discord, so there's that. So there's a little bit of lag here and there, but I think it works just fine. It's not too bad at all. But me being picky, I'm like, it could have been better. So I apologize for that. That's not how it will be in the future, but it is how it is now because of the way we have everything set up to record. I also want to quickly mention, just so you have in your head how this is all going to happen, is the players that are going to be playing remotely. So the two players that are playing remotely are Six Pounder, because he lives up in Philly, and he plays as Doc, and then Zod, who plays as Cookie the Wookiee. So those two players are remote. Everybody else will be in the same room for the series, just so you kind of, get the visual with that. With that being said, let's jump right in.
So I am Six Pounder, and my character's name is Doc Tala, Doc for short. And my character is a Twi'lek, and he's a colonist, and I'm specializing in the Doctor tree.
Because you're a doctor.
Yeah, and coincidentally, I'm a doctor.
Damn it, Jim! I'm a Twi'lek, not a doctor.
And kind of the backstory to my character is that on Ryloth, which is my home planet, I grew up in a wealthy family, but I'm kind of against what my family is doing, which in the area that I grew up in, a lot of slave trade and drug trafficking goes on. And I wasn't about that game. So I wanted to, better myself and get off the planet because I wasn't about that. But my family never really supported me. And I wanted to be a doctor, and that wasn't really a thing that they supported. So I wanted to get off the planet and better myself. And kind of where I see my character heading is I discovered I'm a Force user by coincidence. So I'm going to try and train, and I haven't decided if I'm going to be dark or light-sided, though some people would beg to differ. And
fellow players.
Yeah, fellow players. So that's the path I'm going to go down, deciding what kind of Force user I want.
You forgot the most important part, which is that your character is so awkward.
Oh, yes, yeah. A little bit about the personality of my character. He's almost a worse version of myself, so he's really awkward and doesn't know what to do in a lot of situations, and I kind of stay in the back line a lot.
He covers his eyes a lot.
Yeah, I cover and I shoot.
Yeah.
Hit my teammates. It's great.
What about Venator, also known as Wax, old Wax?
Hi, everybody. I'm Alex. I play the droid technician Venator here in our Star Wars game. Venator used to be a lesser form of a previous robot, but he is now a very cool HK model assassin-style droid. Wax's drive is to train somebody in the responsibility and the actual martial art of the lightsaber. That was his original function, and so Wax recently became Venator after downloading himself back into his proper body of Venator. He spent quite some time in the Old Republic training Sith apprentices, but after watching some get cut down and cutting down a few himself, he decided to lie dormant for a couple hundred years here or there in a dummy body, which was our Wax body, until he could find someone worthy, someone who may even be in our very own party.
Or may not.
Or may not. I currently reside as the sniper and resident computing and explosive expert here in the Void Ghosts. And I hope, for better or worse, Tor achieves his goal of passing on his power to someone of sufficient significance to change the galaxy, for better or worse.
It's deep. What about Alask?
Hi, everybody. I'm Kip Casper, aka Rabble. Alask grew up poor on the streets of Ryloth in the lower caste. He eventually conned and stole his way off the planet and became a professional thief, where he was part of a gang with Frederick. Frederick, who we've run into and killed by this point in the game. Big moment for Alask. And now his goal is to become the leader of his own cartel, and hopefully he will gain infamy throughout the galaxy as a hard leader and a sharpshooter, or a gunslinger.
Nice. What about Cookie?
Here we
Hey
go.
everyone, my name is Zod, and I play as Cookie the Wookiee, also known as CK only to Venator. I am a hired gun marauder. Originally, I would say my character was motivated by greed, had no worries about committing crimes, but as I've come to experience a wider world and through my experiences, I've started to have a distaste for certain crimes, mainly slavery, due to how my people have been treated in the past. Now my character is starting to see how relationships affect people, and I want to support my crew and understand more about my own relationships. I want to protect those that are more precious to me, especially Alastar, who is my life debt partner. A little bit more about my backstory. Grew up in Kashyyyk with my extended family, and when I was really young, my father was a mercenary but lost contact with us, and so he's been missing for, I think it was roughly 20 to 25 years. So no one really knew what he was doing, but I kind of followed in my father's footsteps and became a mercenary on my own, leaving home when I was relatively young. Where I think my character is headed and where I hope those line up together, but basically supporting the crew and trying to find out more about myself through this process, and trying to get rid of all these damn Jedi because they're just everywhere.
Excuse you?
Yeah, you recently found out that your father may or may not be alive still.
Yeah, that is true. I recently found out about that. That was our latest episode.
Yeah, as in tonight when we played, which was cool. What about Gand?
So, last but not least, I guess.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Maz. I play Gand, who is a member of the race Gand, who are originally from the planet Gand. They kind of they like that.
You're very one-dimensional here.
But basically, I play a bounty hunter with the survivalist spec. And I also had a rough childhood growing up on the planet Screets. More similar, probably like a place like Nar Shaddaa, before being found by and not knowing, my culture, my people, and before being found by a Gand member, a Finesman, who was on bounty and kind of mentored me a little bit. And now I am pursuing that. I kind of really bought into the Finesman religion, and I'm pursuing that as an individual, hoping to, be recognized by my culture, my people, and earn my name. And so I'm working as a bounty hunter, and we started, basically, I guess my part of the story would be this great hunt, which is basically like a bounty hunter versus bounty hunter tournament that happens every millennia. And we're kind of in the middle of that, and I'm hoping to win this tournament and get recognition for my culture and earn my name, and hopefully find more about my family, but really just be accepted, because I've been alone my entire life until I got picked up by this crew, kind of as a mercenary tag along. And a lot of times it's nice, to not have to bounty hunt solo, even though I'm, kind of built towards having a survivalist solo background, in terms of my traits and whatnot. But still, my character is very quiet, which has been nice, because this is my first time doing something like this, and so it's kind of nice to be able to like step back and not have to come up with decisions all the time.
Yeah.
And it plays on my character because he's not really, fully engaged in being part of the group. He's kind of using it as a means to an end. Like, okay, I like these guys. My goals align with them for now. And hopefully they can help me reach somewhere and we can be mutually beneficial, a symbiosis of sorts. But I don't think my character will really feel any fault for leaving when the time comes. So in terms of where I'm going, I hope I get, recognized by my people and just playing towards that end a lot more than, just chumming it up.
Cool. And actually, I just realized something is when you said that you got discovered by a findsman from the Gand, and he mentored you. I think that's really cool because it's indicative of what's going on with the Great Hunt, where Vex, your huntsmaster, has been mentoring you, and you've been like jumping onto that.
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons that even when we did this kind of dinner party, she's almost not really like a father figure, mother figure, but plays a big role, and I've kind of been hanging on to her. Anytime we go off planet or come back on, my first thing is, hey, let's contact Vex. And they're like, dude, we just talked to her like yesterday. Come on. But that's kind of, just my character is very strongly motivated towards that end, and I've been trying to play on that.
Cool. Thanks, guys.